Hey there, and welcome. Today we are going on an absolutely incredible journey deep inside ourselves. We're on a quest to find the body's ultimate instruction manual, the secret code that makes you, well, you. Let's get right into it.
I mean, really, think about it. Why are your eyes that specific shade of blue or brown? How did you get so tall? Where does the talent for music or math even come from? Believe it or not, the answer to all of that is written down in a secret language, a code so tiny you could fit the entire library for building a human being on the head of a pin.
That's right. Tucked away inside literally every part of you is a complete set of genetic instructions. This isn't just a suggestion list. This manual dictates your appearance, how your body works, and even your risk for certain diseases. And today, we're going to learn how to read it.
All right, to find this manual, we need to shrink ourselves down. I mean, way down. I want you to stop thinking of your body as one thing. Instead, picture it as a massive, sprawling nation made up of trillions of tiny, bustling cities. And every single one of those cities is a cell.
And just like that, here we are, floating inside one of those cities, a human cell. Look at it, it's like its own little metropolis. It's got borders, power plants, little factories, even a central command center, all working together 24/7 just to keep you going. This right here is the fundamental building block of all life. So let's take a quick tour of the city. All that jelly-like stuff filling up the space, that's the cytoplasm. Think of it as the air in the ground. It's where everything happens. And see those little bean-shaped things? Those are the mitochondria, the power plants, turning out energy for the entire city. And all those other tiny dots, those are the ribosomes. They're the factories, and they are building proteins, a job that is so important, we're definitely coming back to it later. Okay, so right in the heart of every single one of these cell cities, there's a very special, very secure building. It's kind of like City Hall, a central library, and a maximum security vault all rolled into one. This structure is called the nucleus.
And the nucleus has one main job, one absolutely critical mission: to protect our hereditary material. Its entire purpose is to keep the master copy of that all-important instruction manual safe and sound, far away from all the chaos happening in the rest of the cell.
We're in. We've made it past security and into the vault. And now, we get to see how this ridiculously long instruction manual is actually organized. Because it's not just some chaotic pile of notes, it's a perfectly, beautifully organized library. And this diagram here just lays it all out for us perfectly. See how we start with the whole cell on the left, and then we zoom into that nucleus? Well, inside the nucleus, all of that genetic information is tightly packaged into these things called chromosomes. And if you look really close, you can see that a chromosome is just a super long strand of DNA that's been wound up incredibly tight, kind of like thread on a spool. It's the only way to fit miles of code into a microscopic space.
So yeah, instead of having one giant, unreadable scroll of instructions, our genetic manual is broken up into much more manageable volumes, or books. And these thread-like structures, these are our chromosomes. Each one holds a different chapter of our genetic story.
So how many books are in this library of you? Well, in almost every single one of your trillions of cells, there are 46. 46 volumes, all neatly organized into 23 pairs. You get one full set of 23 from one parent and the other matching set of 23 from the other. Now, how is this library laid out? Well, the first 22 pairs are called autosomes. You can think of these as volumes 1 through 22, and they contain the instructions for, most of your body's traits. But that last pair, the 23rd pair, oh, that one's special. Those are the sex chromosomes. And here they are, side by side. This final pair is what determines biological sex. You see on the left, the layout for a female shows two matching large X chromosomes. But on the right, for a male, it's different. There's one X chromosome and one that's noticeably smaller, called the Y chromosome. All right, for our final act, it's time to do something amazing. We're going to pull one of these chromosome volumes off the shelf, crack it open, and finally read the text itself, the fundamental language that all life is written in. So what is this stuff we're reading? It's a molecule called deoxyribonucleic acid, but everybody just calls it DNA. And its shape is probably the most famous shape in all of science, the double helix. The easiest way to picture it is just as a twisted ladder with two long railings and rungs connecting them in the middle. Now, here's where things get really mind-blowing. The entire complex, beautifully intricate instruction manual for building a human being is written with an alphabet of just 4 letters. That is it, just 4.
Their chemical base is called adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, but we just call them A, G, C, and T.
Now, this tiny alphabet follows one very simple, absolutely unbreakable rule of grammar. This rule is the foundation for pretty much all of genetics. The letter A on one side of the ladder always pairs up with T on the other side, and C always pairs up with G. That's it. A with T, C with G, every single time.
And the specific order of these letters, well, that's everything. A certain sequence of A's, T's, C's, and G's makes up what we call a gene. So think of a gene as a single recipe in our instruction manual. One gene might be the recipe for eye color, while another gene is the recipe for how to break down sugar.
So, why does all this matter? What is the whole point of all these letters and recipes and chromosomes? Well, the ultimate purpose of our DNA, the reason this whole instruction manual exists, is to create proteins.
And if DNA is the blueprint, then proteins are the construction crew. They are the tiny workers that do pretty much everything. They build your muscles and bones, they carry oxygen through your blood, they fight off viruses. The instruction manual tells them what to do, and the proteins are the ones that actually get the job done and bring you to life.
So there you have it. From the giant nation of your body to the tiny city of the cell, into the secure library of the nucleus, all the way down to a simple 4-letter code. It's an unbelievably elegant system. But it leaves us with one final, very important question. What happens if there's a typo? A single letter out of place in one of those recipes? Well, that's a story for another time.